biggest differences between Catholicism and Protestantism is our view of justification.
Okay, let's hear this.
Modern Protestants believe in something called monergism, where
Okay, yeah, monergism. Salvation is God's alone. We play no part in it.
once you put your faith in Christ, you have 100% full friendship with God, and it can never increase or decrease.
What is this definition? Justification is a legal declaration of righteousness before God. You're conflating sanctification with justification.
However, Catholics believe in something called synergism, which means to work together. It comes from the Greek word synergei, and it means that once you put your faith in God, the negative aspects of justification are taken away, so you no longer have sin. However, there is still an increase in your faith that is needed through
This is just conflating justification with sanctification. This is a complete straw man argument.
cooperation with God. One of the greatest proofs for this comes from James 2:22, where we read that Abraham's faith was active alongside his works, and that faith was completed by his works.
This is not talking about justification. James is talking about evidence of faith. Abraham was justified before this. The verse that he uses is the same one Paul uses too in Romans to prove justification by faith alone. Abraham's act here was the evidence of his faith, not the reason he was justified.
Abraham's justification was quite literally not completed until he cooperated with God. And if you take a look at the text, the Greek word used for working alongside with is synergism, cooperation.
Yes, sanctification is cooperation with God because God has given you the Spirit and it allows you to choose to work with Him. It gives you a will that is not enslaved to sin anymore.
Another great example of this is Romans 8:28, where it says that God works all things together for good.
Okay.
And once again, in the original Greek, we see that word synergei, cooperation.
Okay. Synergei, God synergies all things for good. That's God working. It doesn't say God and us works all things together for good. It says that God works all things together for the good of those who are called according to his purpose. And then we go on to Romans chapter 8. And if we look at Romans chapter 8, it says, "For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of the Son. And these whom he predestined, he also called. And those whom he called, he also justified. And these whom he justified, he also glorified." So it's God justifying, not us working with him. It's God alone. There's no human will in here.